what's going on? Hi, I'm Dan. Hey, 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 what's going on? Hi, I'm Dan. Oh, hi, I'm Dan. Welcome to whatever that intro was. Hi, I'm Dan. I was just messing around with my looper at the start here. Hi, it's been a little bit. It's been a few months since my last check-in video. It's been a couple months since my last stream. Beginning of September, I had to kind of readjust my schedule and start kind of focusing heavily on working, putting my head down, getting some work done, because I finally got some major dental surgery. We finally were able to schedule something and get it locked in and locked down. It was absurdly expensive, over $10,000. And this is part one of multiple parts of surgery. But it's good. It's good to finally be in the path of. I had a lot of bad cracked molars and bad teeth, and I had an infection on my lower right jaw. Well, it wasn't on the jaw. It was the teeth were infected. But it was just bad news bears for quite some time, but finally on the path of getting things going. I got a bone graft on my lower right jaw and my upper left jaw. I got multiple teeth extracted, 7 teeth extracted, I think was the total. Counting things. So I wasn't able to kind of do videos or stream or anything in that time afterwards, the period afterwards. It takes a couple months for my, everything to heal after that kind of surgery. The bone grafts to take, the implant to take. At the end of December, we're going to be doing kind of like the follow-up what's next appointment in regards to getting things put back in now. I have to wait for the bone grafts to heal before I can get other implants put in. And yeah, so fun times, finally getting things sorted in regards to my health, particularly my dental health. But yeah, just trying to get things a little bit more in line, trying to get myself, the whole thing this year has been like self-improvement. Let's get it going on. What are we waiting for? I turned 36 end of September. And so it's like you got to start getting shit locked in and locked down. Otherwise, the rest of life is not going to be fun and not going to be healthy and not going to be in a good spot. So, sobriety, getting my teeth taken care of, getting back into working out and getting in shape again, because I've been just watching the scale go up and up and up. I think I talked about this a little bit last video. Since then, I've only let it kind of get a little bit worse and worse and worse. Not that the scale is the end all be all, but like watching the scale, watching my weight go up, because I know I'm actively making bad decisions in regards to eating. Like I'm eating way too many donuts and turnovers and like way too much sweet nonsense food that is doing nothing to help me. I got to get back into the path of 1, working out, 2, eating better, and still indulging every now and again, but just like within reason. That's the thing about, I'm sure everybody's a human being, unless you just naturally are gifted with an amazing metabolism and you're just naturally active. It takes a little bit of effort to kind of get back into that groove. But once I get there, it's going to be all good. But apologies kind of for going radio silent. If you don't follow me on social media, you wouldn't have really known, or have seen my posts on YouTube and stuff. You wouldn't really have known like why I was gone. Definitely follow me on social media. Go to danznews.com. That'll take you to my link tree. You can follow me on all the social medias. I try my best to post on there. I'm most active on Twitter. But other than that, if I'm doing a big post, I'll post it between all my things. So yeah, I was trying to get the streams going regular, trying to get videos going regular as well. And then when I kind of get to that point where it's like my main job has been editing for Max, which has been effing fun and really creatively fulfilling and entertaining in like watching his stuff, because he's a very funny guy. I highly recommend you go subscribe over to youtube.com/GassyMexicanHighlights. It's entirely comprised of the videos that I've been editing for him. It's very fun. I think you all would probably enjoy the fast food simulator series. It seems to be a fan favorite over there. It's from a session that he did at the beginning of the year, actually, in January, and then we've been kind of getting the parts going up. The final parts going up probably beginning of next month.
What the fuck are we called?
Kratos.
Kratos. Perfect.
gotta lock in, okay?
I know. I'm panicking.
Don't panic. Welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to the fucking show. Welcome to Brados. What can I get for you? We're waiting on 5 right now. We got 5. Oh, yeah, they just fucking left. So he just leaves it there if they leave. What a bitch. Where the fuck is 9? All right, you know, whatever.
Where's the chicken nuggets, Nick?
Supposed to be our
We need some
secret.
chicken nuggets, Nick. It's 9 p.m. We don't
16.
make chicken anymore.
Where the fuck are the nuggets?
Nobody's making the nuggets?
Fuck me! You're fucking us up here! We can't send fucking shit because we got no goddamn nugs!
Something right there.
Somebody just took my fucking coffee and fucked my shit, and I'm pissed.
You literally thought you were helping and you were hindering. The back and the front are just not in sync at all. Like, not even a little.
Hopefully they'll be doing another session of that soon. Either way, it's very fun, very silly, and yeah, that. But yes, in doing everything the way, you know, that was maximum load that I was doing up to early September, where I was doing multiple streams a week, trying to get around to doing videos and not succeeding at that because I just didn't have the time between doing Max's videos and then doing the streaming and then life. And then you have, you know, a major surgery that comes around and it's like going to be extremely expensive. So it's like, okay, I need to buckle down, get everything in order, and 1, so I can afford it when it comes around. And then just 2, so we have security in general. Because it's always that thing where it's like, you're just 1 step away from, you know, completely getting knocked down. So just trying to kind of get everything in order, not stressing about doing the streaming and videos and stuff. And it's just really that thing of like, it's always been tough to find that balance of everything because when I do something, I, you know, want to do it to the fullest and I want to kind of fully commit, but then I just get burnt out on it in the sense of the second one other thing comes around, I have to then pivot, and I just hate putting things off. For as much as I do put things off, I'm not a procrastinator per se, but I kind of am. And but it's also like I need to put things off because I just don't have the capacity for it, and that's what I need to kind of fully come to the realization of is, what do I have the capacity to do, and then how can I execute that in a way that I'm not going to, you know, fall on my ass. But I also had major life things along with. Just after the surgery, I had a nephew. I'm an uncle again. I have a new nephew. My sister Kate had a baby. Very exciting. A little scary there for a bit, but now we're at a point. Everybody's happy, healthy. We're all in the clear. Everything's good, and I'm very happy. And you know, I'm a happy uncle. So just life has been lifing really hard. And I have been thinking, okay, well now things are starting to settle down again. What is the way forward for me doing videos or streaming, or what am I doing? What am I focusing on here to achieve the goals that I want to do? What are my ultimate goals that I want to do? Is what I'm doing leading to what I want to do, or is it just filling time and taking, you know, focus away from these things? I've talked about it ad nauseum throughout the years. You know, I see myself ultimately directing. I love being on a set. I love being creative. I love working out stories with people. I love, you know, I just love the collaboration of making something. I love producing things. I love doing that stuff. Not that I don't like being in front of the camera, but it's not my main mode. It's not the main thing I want to do. I would rather work with professionals that, you know, can help me realize the thing I'm doing. But at the same time, I do like performing. I do like voice acting. I would love to get a role in something. Not that I've ever put myself out there for that, but this is what I'm talking about, is I need to kind of figure out the path of what I want to do. If I'm looking to direct a thing, the best way to do that is to write something. First off, I've had many ideas throughout the years of things I would love to direct. I also just like writing. Like, I like the idea of writing as much as I've not written, though. I need to, you know, nut up or shut up, as they say. Ugh, I hate that phrase, but that is the point that I'm at, is like, I need to either do it or don't. Shit or get off the pot. Also not a great one. Like, if I'm gonna do it, I gotta do it, and I gotta make the time to do that thing if that is really what I want to do. So that's something I've been thinking about a lot the last few days. Definitely looking to kind of crack down on myself and go, you need to write now. You need to start getting the ideas out of you, whether they're good or not. You just need to write, and then you can go from there. Because I have a bit of a block in the sense of every time I start writing, I go, oh, this isn't that great, or like, I get down on myself. But then I'll be watching something with Liz, and we're watching a thing, and the story goes exactly where I would expect it to go. Every single time I see something like that, I'm like, how did this get a budget? Like, I could do that. Why am I not doing this? Like, why am I holding myself back and holding myself to a standard that doesn't seem to exist within the actual media landscape? And that's not to say I want to make cliched crap. I don't. I still want to explore and find out what that thing is that makes things special. But part of it is getting it on paper and then getting with a group of people to put it together. And that's where exploration and discovery come. A script is a blueprint for a thing. As much as you do need a good idea, and I have some good ideas for things that I want to do, but that's the thing, is like, I need to get those out. I can't just be so precious about something and think it got to be perfect before it even, comes to getting to the point where it can be made. Like, I just need to get it out and go from there and refine and everything else and get confident in what I'm doing. And it's not going to happen if I don't do it. I can talk about it all my life and then never have done it, or I could actually do it. Because I've done it in the past. I mean, you all have seen a lot of the Creature stuff. Like, Bunny Bust 2 was the first few months in the Creature house. And that was really fun to write and put together and hop off of what we had done in the first Bunny Bust. And that was all me, like, I wrote that, but it was also in the putting it together of it with everybody else and collaborating to make it that much better. Like the Five Nights at the Creature's Office, that was another thing I wrote and directed for the group, and that was that was definitely super fun to put together, because I had an idea for stuff, but I left a lot blank for the guys to go off and do their thing, and that made it only that much better because I was willing to collaborate on this thing and let it just grow and become something even better. Like, that's magic. That's the magic of making things. Hand gestures. I'm a magician. But yeah, like, that is what I want to do. And I would love to actively pursue that and get back towards that thing of, I want to make stuff. I'm definitely wanting to make some short films next year. I think that is one of my, most immediate obtainable goal is, let's figure out what I can do in the smaller scale and then work my way up. As much as I am thinking of features, the things that I have immediately in my mind are feature film ideas. I have 3 really solid ones that have been on my brain for a decade or so. One is still the project that my brother and I were working on back before I went off to the first Creature house. We were getting geared up to make a movie, and it's a completely different movie at this point, but it follows some of the same themes and some of the same elements, and features a lot of the same characters. And then a couple different horror movies that I would like to do that I think are very obtainable, and probably a lot more. Those movies specifically are probably a little bit more, doable in the sense of on a smaller scale. So this has been my brain for the last few days. Is like, how do I start making this happen? Just like I did with getting sober, I did with getting fit back in the day, is you have to commit and you have to start doing the work for it. Something is not going to come from nothing. You need to lay the groundwork. You need to do the work to get there. So that's what I'm thinking of doing. What does this mean for doing videos and doing streaming and stuff like that? I don't fully know. I just know that along with doing my primary work, which is editing for Max, that is always going to be the focus that will not break. Everything else comes ancillary to that, because there's a lot of work to be done with we're posting videos daily over there for as much as we can. It's been a little spotty recently, but there's just been a lot going on. He's been traveling a lot. I've had a lot of life stuff going on, and I'm looking to get locked back in and doing that. And in doing that, it takes up a lot of my time. And the only way I can actually kind of get some time to do other things is when I really kind of work, get a backlog going. And then I can kind of breathe a little bit. But even then, I still have some kind of longer form projects that I'm working for him. So therein lies the rub, is like, how do I do what I want to do in terms of, I guess, quote unquote, maintaining my online presence with you all, because I love interacting with you all. You all are the best to interact with. I love you all. It's always a treat to know that anybody gives a shit about what I'm doing. But yeah, when it comes to streaming and doing videos, I'm just going to have to take it as it comes. And if I'm feeling like streaming, booting up the stream. And I know it's going to be kind of disappointing not having me around as much for those who are looking for having me more available for streams and for everything else. I'm sorry to kind of keep janking everybody's chain in regards to like, I'm back, I'm doing stuff, and then going away. But like specifically the surgery and everything else really took me out of action. But every single time I'm kind of taken out of action for a bit, it gives me time to reassess like how is it working? Like, how is everything working in regards to streams and videos and stuff? Like, in doing the streams as regularly as I was doing them, twice a week, on top of doing videos for Max, it made it to where I had no time to do videos for myself, which is something I want to do more often. It's a little bit less of a, energy suck in regards to, my battery capacity or whatever, when it comes to working and being at my desk constantly. Like, I like taking a break. I like going down and watching something with Liz and going through shows and movies and whatever else. Like, I really enjoy my time of recharging and absorbing. I'm a big absorber, but when I am making things and working and streaming and making videos and everything else, like, I'm not absorbing, I'm just, especially when I'm doing my own thing the entire time. Like in the years when I was doing the creature stuff back in the day, I feel like I'd spent my entire life up to that point absorbing and kind of adding to the layers of, pop culture knowledge and life knowledge and everything else. And not that I didn't learn during the creatures about life knowledge and everything else, but it does become then like, all right, I have no time for a lot of this other stuff. I have to just focus on this work. And not that I didn't learn and grow and stuff, but like, I am a consumer. I often think I'm like you guys. I am a fan of a lot of things. I like watching things. I like finding new fandoms and stuff like that. But I also like a lot of different things. So when I have the time to actually absorb, I feel like it makes me a better creator. So I'm just kind of at that point where it's like, I need to start outputting the work that I really want to focus on. And that's writing and creating things and spending a little bit more time on stuff versus just the kind of more, I don't want to say disposable content, but like something that's a bit more considered, something that's a little bit more put together. I know there's been a fervor throughout the years for me to do video essays or things that are a bit more put together for YouTube. And that's certainly been a desire for me. I've certainly wanted to do that stuff, but it just never, not that it's never come to fruition, but the times I have done it, I haven't kept doing it. I haven't fully committed to it. And it's just like, I still have these ideas that I want to do. I still want these. I still really, 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 really want to do this podcast series, where I have guests on to talk about specific movies that they are passionate about. It would be called Make Me Love It, where I have somebody who's extremely passionate about, who comes on to talk about their favorite movie or a movie they are very passionate about, because I love talking about movies with people who love that movie, because then you grow a greater appreciation for it, even if like it wasn't something that I loved. Other people's passion is what gets me into other things and more appreciative of those things, and they can bring insights into a thing that like I didn't necessarily have. I feel like I do that a lot with a lot of the things that I really like. Like I've had so many people tell me that they got into Batman because of me, which is nuts because I feel like I'm such a fake Batman fan, you know? Like I like Batman, but I'm not like full on know everything about Batman, have read all the major comics. You know, I got them, a lot of them over here. You can't even, the camera quality isn't the best, but you know, I got a lot of the Batmans here. I just started reading Absolute Batman recently, which is really good. But I haven't, you know, I don't feel like I'm fully immersed in the comic book world and even like all the animated movies and stuff. Like I need to get more into that. That's another thing I've considered doing is like a Batman project, like a thing where I specifically talk about Batman related things. I've done that before in the past with Captain Logan from Geek Evolution. We were doing the Batmosphere, where we were kind of latching into specific themes of Batman or characters or things like that. And that was really fun because I was reading comic runs that I'd never really read before. We read All-Star Batman, which was bad and very interesting for all the wrong reasons. But yeah, that we were reading things that I had never read that I kind of had heard about, but like didn't really fully know the reputation of until we actually got into it, and it was like very interesting. We watched like the Batwoman pilot for the TV show because that was airing at that time. That was like when it started. But yeah, so like I need to figure out what I want to do, how I can make it work and execute it, because I'm just kind of getting tired of talking about it. So many of my videos are me talking about what I'm going to be doing versus like actually doing the thing. I'm so tired of it. So I just need to be kind of coming from a place of, I want to do this. This is how I'm going to do it, and do it. So I hope this made some sort of sense. I hope you enjoyed my rambling. I still have been seeing comments on my earlier Danz check-ins where I was talking about the creature stuff and everything. I still intend on doing something for myself and for you all. Probably it would be early next year that you'd see something from that in regards to like my send-off video or thing, whatever it ends up being. Yeah. I'm thinking about it, but it's not my priority. It's not really that hardcore on my mind right now. The things on my mind right now are like, what am I doing? What am I doing to better myself and my situation and get me to where I want to be? So a little bit less looking back right now. I still want to kind of say my piece, my final piece on that stuff. I think a lot of people misunderstood where I was coming from. And honestly, I probably wasn't doing the best explaining it either, in regards to what I was thinking about doing. And I was ideating out loud about what I thought would be cool, in regards to honoring the creatures and all that stuff. And so I'm just kind of looking to say my piece on the matter and move on, kind of do my final message on it, because I was coming from a place of, I was ignorant. Since the hub ended, I just delved into substance abuse and ignoring it. And so like a lot of people are like, he can't fucking move on. It's like, well, no, I just never did move on, and I ignored it for years and years, and I'm sober now, and I'm like, hey, I should probably address it now. Like that's it. Like that's where it's coming from. So that's where I'm at. Like I have been ignorant of it this entire time, about actually kind of getting closure on it. And so I just wanted to kind of get there, but it came out the way it did, and we're at the point where we are now. And I immediately was like, after seeing some of the stuff, was just like, oh, I don't want to deal with this aspect of it. Like it was coming from a good place, not a place where I'm like looking to make money off. Like everybody was just like, oh, you're just trying to get money or whatever. Like, no, we could donate any revenue that it had made. I would love something like that. I think that would be a great thing for anyway. It's just, I want to say my piece on it, lay it all to rest, move on. I don't want to ignore it like everybody else has. I'd rather just actually properly honor it. If that's my feeling and it's not everybody else's feeling, then I will honor my own feeling of it and then move on. I'm for it. Anyway, I'm about, good vibes, getting life to the point where it needs to be, and get more creativity going on. If you got anything creative going on that you're working on, I wish you the best. I hope that you get it going on. Be sure to share it with me if you do make something. I've had multiple people throughout the years share me their short films, and I've even had scripts sent to me and stuff. Back in the P.O. Box days. I need to get another P.O. Box going on. Guab, I don't know if Guab is watching, but Guab, damn it, I'm going to get that P.O. Box going on. I'm sorry. There's been a viewer of mine who has the literal headstones from Titans, the Teen Titans live action series, where it's like Jason Todd's headstone and stuff from the show. And the other headstones from the couple of the other characters, because they work in the effects house that worked on that show. So I will get that information to you at some point soon. I'm sorry. Wouldn't that be cool just to have in my background a gravestone that says Jason Todd or like Alfred? That'd be cool. That was actually like screen used on the show. Anyway, I'm Dan. I love you. More videos soon when I can get it going on. Apologies if you've been waiting for stuff from me and I haven't been coming around. This is what I've been doing, and this is what I'm gonna be doing, and you're filled in now. I love you. This is way too long of a video. So now is the point where you click on something maybe on the screen. Are either of these videos cool? Do you want to click on either of them? You want to click on the subscribe thing? It's all up to you. Awkward outro actually has a purpose now. Yay. Okay, I love you. Bye.